It was close to midnight when her phone buzzed softly on the nightstand, the screen lighting up in the dark, like it was trying to reveal something it shouldn't. I didn't think twice. I only leaned over to silence it, so I could go back to sleep. But the moment my eyes caught the message preview, everything inside me shifted. It wasn't from a coworker, not from a family member, not from anyone she would normally talk to. It was from the one person she had sworn was blocked, the man she swore she had cut out of her life completely. And the words on the screen were hers. "He's asleep. Come now." My fingers went cold. My heartbeat slowed instead of racing, turning heavy and controlled. I didn't shake her awake, didn't shout, didn't even move the blanket. I just stared at that glowing message, the final piece of a truth I had been sensing for months but kept refusing to face. She was breathing peacefully beside me while everything she'd been hiding finally came into focus. A strange calm wrapped around me. Not numbness, clarity. The kind of quiet clarity that makes every thought sharp and deliberate. Confronting her right then would only give her the chance to lie, cry, twist everything, or pretend she didn't mean it. No, she needed to walk into this moment herself. She needed to see the consequences waiting for her, without warning, without time to prepare, without a story rehearsed. I got up and stepped out of the room, phone still glowing in my hand. I sat in the hallway, replaying every odd moment I brushed off. The late-night errands, the secretive smiles at her screen, the way her phone always faced down when I walked into a room. All the pieces finally connected. I heard the soft sounds of her moving downstairs, maybe grabbing water, maybe fixing her hair, completely unaware that everything she thought she kept hidden had just shattered. I kept my breathing calm, my face empty of emotion. I wanted her to return to the room, believing nothing had changed, believing she still had me fooled, believing she was still in control. When she came back, she was humming lightly, almost cheerful. She tossed her purse aside, stretched, and slipped under the blanket like the world was normal. She didn't even look at her phone. She thought she was untouched, safe, clever. Then she reached for her pillow. That was when I stepped out of the doorway. She froze, her eyes lifted, expecting the usual tired smile she thought I'd give her. Instead, she saw me standing there in silence, her phone in my hand, the message still shining on the screen. The air stopped moving. Her expression shifted in slow motion, relaxed, confused, uneasy, then terrified. She stared at the message. Her own words. Her breath stuttered. Her shoulders tightened. She understood instantly that there was no escape, no explanation strong enough to undo what she'd done. She tried anyway. People like her always try. It isn't what it looks like. I didn't mean to send it. It's a misunderstanding. It was a joke. Every sentence contradicted the last. She couldn't look at me. Her hands shook. She kept pulling the blanket higher, as if she could hide inside it. I didn't say a thing. I just watched her unravel. Every second of silence stripped away the version of herself she had been pretending to be. She wasn't guilty. She was scared. Scared of losing control she thought she had over the situation. Scared of facing the consequences she assumed she'd never have to face. She kept glancing toward the door, as if the man she'd messaged might walk through it at any moment, dragged in by her own betrayal. The silence around us grew heavier, almost suffocating. She squirmed, wringing her fingers, her toes curling into the carpet. She wasn't just scared of being caught. She was terrified of how calm I was. No shouting, no accusations, no outbursts, just silence. Silence that spoke louder than anger ever could. Minutes stretched painfully. She waited for me to yell, to demand answers, to react. But I didn't. I set her phone on the bed in front of her, screen still glowing, like a mirror she couldn't avoid. She shrank back from it. When she finally whispered an apology and tried to touch my arm, I stepped away. The moment I created that distance, she broke even more. She realized she had lost something she thought she'd always control, my trust. I turned toward the door. She let out a small, panicked gasp, not like someone who made a mistake, but like someone who suddenly understood the depth of what they had destroyed. She sat frozen on the edge of the bed, staring at her own message like it was something poisonous. She thought she could flirt behind my back, keep her ex close, and still come home to a husband who stayed blind. But now she knew. I had seen everything. I had known. And I had chosen the moment she least expected to reveal that her secret life was over. The house was quiet, but the silence felt deafening. Her world had fallen apart. And she finally realized this was only the beginning.